You ready?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready.
Well, my name is Eddie,
And I'm Omari.
and we are the two voices of the week.
Stark Natives.
Our culture unfiltered, discussing the way of this world and the next.
Two voices.
Two voices.
Queer. Candid. Discussing the way of this world and the next.
Discussing the ways of this world and the next. Discussing the ways of this world and the next.
Discussing the way of this world.
Discussing the ways of this world. So welcome back to Stark Natives. As you can see, I have my headphones on. Eddie and I are getting new microphones, but as of right now, I need to have my headphones on so that I can hear myself when I speak, so I can monitor, so my shit don't crack.
Voice. Yeah.
Where do we start?
And there's so many ways to start.
There's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit going on, and a lot of necessary confusion, I'll say. A lot of necessary chaos. And I'm glad that we are in a place where we can, hopefully we are enacting change. As far as everybody on the front line, everybody who's using their voices, who's genuinely using their voices. There are a lot of people who are being opportunistic. There are a lot of people who are being performative right now.
Just for the sake of it.
But I think that it's very easy to weed out who's genuine and who isn't.
Correct.
So
I can say that one time in history, in a beautiful book that was written over there in the little desert, in the Middle East, somewhere over there.
Are you referring to the Bible?
Yeah, that book. Oh. One person was recorded where he went to this building, to this temple, and he was furious with the things that he saw, that he couldn't believe the things that people were doing.
Yeah.
So he started to dismantle everything.
Flip the table.
To flip tables and flip anything that was not supposed to be there.
Yes.
To make a point across.
Yes, and that's a good point, because a lot of people I'm seeing are trying to deflect and trying to ignore the need for what's happening right now, the need for protesting, the need for even the looting, the rioting, whatever way you want to kind of shape it and frame it for your narrative to, make an excuse. It's necessary.
Yeah.
We live in a country that thrives off of stealing.
Pretty much.
So,
because that the very beginning of this country was a few group of people coming to this land and starting taking over, and they didn't really like the people that were already here, so they didn't care for them and started like killing them and push them off and everything, and reclaiming this land as theirs.
And I'm gonna say this again, like I said on our other podcast. Episode, burn this bitch the fuck down. We can burn this fucking country down. It's okay. We can rebuild it. We built it before. It was built on our backs, the backs of our ancestors. We can do it again. This time, at least it's something that we want to do. It's something we want to build. Not something we're being forced to build. Not something we were brought over here to build and treated like cattle. So burn this bitch down as much as we need to. And let's start anew.
Rebuild. And not only that, but I know that I'm using a movie and everything, and it might seem that's not correct, or that's not real, but it does resembles what reality is, and it can explain a little bit. And it's V for Vendetta. The reason why they destroyed the Parliament House is because it represented a symbol. So these things represent a symbol, and sometimes you have to destroy that symbol to be able to come with a point across.
Right.
I'm not saying that it's the right thing to do, but sometimes we might have to take that action. Because if people do not listen with being peaceful, with just walking, with just talking, you're not able to listen, then you have to make them listen.
We shouldn't have to ask for freedom.
Yes.
You shouldn't have to ask to not be killed on the street by somebody who's supposed to be protecting you, who's supposed to be protecting your community. You shouldn't have to ask for that.
You shouldn't be asking for
respect. And we are
respect.
tired of asking. We demand our respect. We demand change. And I am very appreciative for everybody who is out there on the front lines, who is in the streets, doing what they need to do, what they feel they need to do to be able to enact the change that we need in order to raise our fucking children and our nieces and nephews and our grandchildren and be able to let them have some semblance of happiness or sense of self, you know? Every day we deal with microaggressions of white people. Every day we have to deal with all this bullshit. You know, I'm black, you know, I'm black. I was born black. I'm going to die black.
Your color is not going to change.
Like, I cannot teeter the lines of race. I am not ambiguous, you know, racially ambiguous. And I don't want to assimilate to what
it's apparently to be
said, what it means to be, you know, accepted in white spaces. People who wouldn't even talk to black people if they didn't have to work with them or go to school with them. And truthfully, I think the only reason why black people wouldn't want to be around white people is because white people are always constantly doing little fucking things to either remind them how white they are and how different things are for them, or trying to change them. And nobody wants to be around that kind of shit all day. Nobody wants to be around that. That shit's fake. It's annoying.
Being hypocrite.
Like, bitch. And then you have people who are throwing in your face about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and how, you know, Martin Luther King wouldn't want this. He would want you to be peaceful and we're supposed to combat this with love. Bitch, we've been loving y'all. Y'all the ones don't love us.
Exactly. You're being peaceful.
We've been leading with love. We've been trying to mind our business and be black in peace. And here you are not wanting us to have that.
Exactly. Because you always have some type of fear.
Killing us, choking us, spraying us with water hoses and mace, sicking dogs on us, shooting us with rubber bullets.
Always calling the cop just because you feel threatened by just one person walking by.
I can't sell water. I can't... Girl, I can't have a fucking picnic in the park.
Exactly.
I can't tell you to put a leash on your fucking dog.
If I approach you, you feel some type of way. It's like, oh, he's about to attack me.
If I work somewhere where you don't think I should work, there's an issue.
Yeah.
Why can't you go back to your side? Why can't y'all go to Africa then? Go back to Africa.
Go back to your country.
Go back to your country. I don't get why it always has to. Why does it always have to be so serious? Why is it always about race with you?
Because you make it about that.
Like,
because you are the one that started.
Like, come on. Come the fuck on. I'm tired to know that I have to deal with this. My mama dealt with this. My daddy dealt with this. My grandma dealt with this, and so on and so back.
And you have the fear that your children are having.
My children, they have to deal with it. Truthfully, I don't even know if I want to fucking have children. I don't even know if I want children to be in the world dealing with bullshit like this. My children, anyways. To have to explain to them that, yeah, I was out there dealing with this and, you know, having to deal with people and that bullshit and all the shit that they do, and you still have to deal with it.
Yeah.
All of my crying and my blood and my sweat and my tears still has not resulted in any semblance of peace for you. And people sitting in your face and telling you things have changed and racism doesn't exist just because they aren't sicking dogs on you. And because slavery isn't, because of the Emancipation Proclamation and all that bullshit.
Or because you have the rights to vote.
Because we're not in Jim Crow South anymore.
Yeah.
Bullshit. This shit's the same. It's coded now.
It's coded.
You found a different way to be.
You use the system.
The government. Prisons.
To be able to have some type of money, to be able to work, to get paid, you increase the living places, so in that way they cannot live there anymore, or have to move and things like that.
Yeah.
You try to change neighborhoods,
gentrifying the fuck out of everything, gentrifying areas that don't belong to you. But like your fucking ancestors, your colonizing fucking ancestors, you are moseying in on somebody else's environment and making it your own, like a fucking parasite.
And then making it look like, oh, this is better, or this is going to be better for you. But technically, it's not for them.
We need to spruce it up a little bit, make it a little cleaner.
Yeah.
You know, we need a little color. Bitches got plenty of color.
Even though they don't see color.
Girl.
Y'all don't see color.
Girl. You bitch. Bitch.
Exactly.
You see color.
Or I have a black friend, or I'm married to a black friend.
I suck black dick.
Yeah.
I love, like I said before, I can go to a job and hate that fucking job. I'm still going to cash the check.
Yeah.
I can fuck hate you and still bust my nut and enjoy the nut. But I don't give a fuck about you. People fuck people they don't give a fuck about all the time.
They just want the
having
pleasure,
black friends don't mean shit to me. If anything, the first thing that you say out your mouth is, oh, I have black friends. Okay, so now I see the purpose of your black friend. That's your little card that you wanted to use. So you can say nigga, and so you can do this.
And making it look like you are not racist.
And your silence is loud. Your silence is very loud.
Because when you're silent, it's because you're choosing a side.
Like, even like, so, you know, everybody's been doing a thing online and stuff like that. You know, they got the little black box that they've been putting it up. Now, me, I like social media. There are certain things, sometimes I have things I want to say, like, that is why I use this platform.
Yeah.
I use this to say what I really want to say and how I want to say it. And we can upload it to the internet. There are certain discussions, certain things I'm just not going to engage in online. It's just not my thing in that way. And I think I am too opinionated of a person, and I feel too strongly about what I believe to not be able to really be able to say what I want to say. You know? And the last thing I want to do is be destructive in terms of not contributing to the progress of this movement. So I have been wrecking my mind trying to figure out constructive ways to do this. Trying to be constructive, thinking about what this means, what this can mean. There is no normal. There never was a normal. There's nothing to go back to.
No.
You shouldn't even want to go back to your normal, your convenience. There is no more of that. There is no more of that. We need to be having difficult conversations, the conversations that make you uncomfortable. We need to be having the conversations that make your children uncomfortable so that they know the world they live in, the things that you benefit from, what you raised them in. So then that way they don't pass this shit on to other kids. And so they don't pass this shit on to their children.
Correct.
And I respect everybody's efforts, you know. I respect everybody's efforts. Everybody that's out there. Burn that shit down. Burn it the fuck. Burn it. Burn it. Fuck your curfew. Burn the shit down.
Because they're not going to respect you.
You can build another building.
Even if you're trying to follow the rules to leave, they're going to stop your car. And they're going to see you that you are not white. And then they're going to mistreat you. Because there have been videos where they have shown they do not give a fuck.
Philando Castile. Sandra Bland. Like, ooh, you know what? No. And this, okay, so I keep seeing this going around where it's like, I am not my ancestors.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to say this. Just because that shit rolls off your tongue smoothly does not make it a fucking profound declaration. Stop insulting your fucking ancestors, saying that I am not my ancestors as if you're better than them, as if you would have been able to even have survived what they went through. So stop saying that. That shit is disrespectful. And it is no different the way y'all crucified fucking Kanye West when he said slavery was a choice, saying I am not my ancestors. Or we are not our ancestors, as if you were somewhat better than them when they went through what they went through for you to even get here. That is just like saying slavery was a choice. The same thing y'all fucking crucified that man for, bitch, you're saying the same thing with hot sauce. So don't. So
be careful with the language that you're using.
Be careful. everything that rolls off your tongue smoothly is not fucking clever. Like, no.
Because oppression is not a choice.
Like, girl, like there's so many layers. There's a lot of layers, and we are doing our best to get through them and doing our best to break through these barriers and really get deep down to what the fuck this means. Because right now, people keep trying to deflect from things like, oh, these people aren't even from here. They came here. We don't have that kind of issue here in Jacksonville. Well, you're a fucking liar.
Do.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We have nasty fucking police officers. And we also have people who don't want to fucking deal with that nasty shit. And if you catch us on the right day, at the right time, in the wrong motherfucking place, it's over.
Yeah.
So, you ought to be careful.
Because it's like, why are we still dealing with the same thing?
And why are we? Oh, slavery doesn't exist anymore.
Well, it does. It does like, differently.
Bitch, my mom was born in 1952. She worked for white people as a child. My grandma couldn't even read.
And like, that was what? Recently?
Like, yeah, like my grandma couldn't even read. Like, what the fuck? My mama ate leftovers from a white family that she worked for in fucking Georgia. Leesburg. So, Lee County. So, let's not, like, stop acting like that was just so long ago.
Like it was 100 years.
Even prior to that, 400 years ago. Bitch, 400 years ago. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But yet and still, we're still dealing with the same fucking shit.
Still dealing with the same bullshit.
Still
dealing with the racism every single area.
Dealing with it in your workplace, dealing with it in the fucking grocery store.
Yeah.
Dealing with it on the phone when you're working, if you're working, like the shit is crazy. And some like white people are so fucking audacious. So fucking just it's mind blowing. It's mind-blowing. Then they want to call you racist because you have an issue with it. When you can't even take your fucking white friends, your white family members, your mother, your father, your grandfather, can't take them to task for the things that they do to contribute to this fucked up system.
Situation. Because it's very fucked up.
It's fucked up. And it's like at some point, we do have to have a discussion. Like right now, people don't want to talk. And I don't blame them.
Yeah, because they're tired.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I don't blame you for breaking shit. I don't blame you for looting shit. I don't blame you for causing a fucking ruckus because I get it.
You're tired.
You're tired.
You're tired because every single time, every single day, something happened. Another person got killed, got shot, got mistreated.
And I don't want to be a martyr for this. Like, that's the thing. I don't want to be a martyr for this. I don't want to have to die to enact change.
Yeah. And it's like, how many people have to die to come across that this is not acceptable?
And they're like, oh, but Martin Luther King was so peaceful, bitch, and they killed him still.
Not only that, oh, you should have followed the rules. What fucking rules?
What rules? The rules. It's a flawed system, baby.
Exactly.
It's a flawed system. What rules?
Because even when they follow the rules, they still get shot. They still get killed, suffocated, mistreated.
When people like the way things are and they are benefiting from it, it is really fucking difficult to get them to understand why it needs to change because there's no incentive for you. You're fine the way things are because you are benefiting from it.
Yeah.
Y'all was just out there arguing and boop, 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 boop about, oh, I can't get a haircut. I want to be able to open my bar because this isn't right. We feel discriminated against.
Or oppressed.
We feel oppressed. Bitch, well, I hope you're the same one out there doing your part for this, or at least still using your voice for this, because there are many different ways to skin a cat.
Yeah.
Everybody's not going to go out there. Everybody's not going to protest in that way, but you need to say something
about it, because if you stay quiet, you are part of the problem.
Say something and be intentional.
Have the right intentions. And that the other thing is, yes, life matter. Life matter. My life matter. His life matter. Your life matter. But at this point, at this very moment, we are only talking about Black Lives Matter. Because right now the issue is with them, not with you. Do not make it personal because it's not about you. So do not come and say, oh, all lives matter. Yes, it is understandable. Everybody's life matter. But the situation is not about everybody. It's about a specific group that has been oppressed, has been neglected, has been talked down to. That specific group. A group that you do not belong to.
Right.
Because you're white.
But then you want to benefit from it. You appropriate it.
And then even for people like me that are lighter skin, need to understand that we are not better. We are still going to get discriminated. Just because we are Latino, because we have an accent, and sometimes because we are different.
Mm-hmm.
Even our brothers that are darker than us, other Hispanic, are going to be discriminated because they are going to be classified as Black because of their skin color.
Right.
Because apparently certain people do not see color,
right?
But they do still see it because their actions shows it. So we as Latinos need to back them up as well, because we do get discriminated as well for being different, for not being white, for not speaking their language, or not having an accent. So don't feel that you are out of it, because you are part of it as well.
Right. Like, this affects all of us. In that sense, yeah, sure. All lives matter. Yeah. Because this affects all of us. But at this don't moment, sit and act as though you don't know what this is about.
Exactly. And don't try to justify it. Like, don't. If I say Black Lives Matter, don't come to me and say, but all lives matter. Don't. Like, that's not right, because you are deflecting the situation. You're not trying to understand what's going on. And don't say, oh, but this is no longer no more. No, it is. It's still doing it. It's
still tell me how. Show me how. How isn't it? How isn't it? And then the media doesn't make it any better. The media contributes to this.
To the situation.
It contributes to the confusion. It contributes to the chaos. It skews narratives. And it's disappointing.
And do not be afraid. Do not be afraid about the government, about the system. Don't be. They should be afraid. Because this country was created for the people, by the people. So we need to act like it. True.
So they say.
Because they still discriminate them.
It's like, which people? Which people? Like, the whole, using the Bible and all that stuff. Like, he was talking about using the Bible to justify all of these things, and using the Bible to justify you owning slaves, and using the Bible against people of color.
And that's another thing. Is like, how can you be Christian and be racist at the same time? How can you hear the word of Jesus and God and still be oppressing other people?
As if the Bible took place in fucking Nocatee.
Exactly.
Or Ponte Vedra. Or the Hamptons. Or Beverly Hills. Like,
somewhere that is all white.
Come on.
Prominently.
Come on. Like, and then even people who have to like go to work. If you're working right now, like people having to go to work and deal with that, and deal with just those fucking microaggressions, and deal with even like the ignoring of the situation and what it means,
Yeah.
Like the situation and what it means to everyone's lives in this place. Like, check on your Black employees, check on your Black friends, check on your Black coworkers, and understand them and listen to them when they speak. When they tell you, when they air their grievances about what's happening. And even if
you feel like you need to say something, shut up.
Like,
don't
shut
say
the fuck
it.
Up.
Don't
shut
say
up.
It. Because whatever you're about to say is going to come out
Whatever
wrong.
you're about to say is about to be some like, devil's advocate shit. The devil is still the devil. I don't give a fuck how much you advocate for him.
So just shut up and listen and learn and educate yourself. And don't tell them and don't tell me how to do things.
Yeah.
You do them. Work them. Do them. Yeah. Teach them to other people. Don't tell me.
Like, you can't tell people how to protest. Mm-hmm. Ain't no rules in this, bitch.
There is really not.
Ain't no rules in this. Do it how you feel comfortable to do it and how you feel that you'll get your point across the best way. Mm-hmm. That is the only thing I have to say about that. Like, and if they feel that's the way, that is the way. Because it's really, all necessary.
Because in reality, in every revolution, in every rebellion, in history, has had some violence in them.
Yes.
It has it. So you cannot say that it's not right because history repeats itself. History has taught you multiple times the revolution always has violence.
Right.
Even if it's not right, it still has it because it is necessary. Because it has to put a message across. And the thing is, people need to see it that way. Because white people that came to this country,
right,
that's the only language that they understand. Because they didn't come to this country peacefully. They didn't took this land peacefully.
They came to this country taking, looting.
So that language that they show to us, that's the same language that we need to show to them. Because that's the only way that they will understand.
And then I commend, but you know what? One thing that's weird, it's like I commend people for speaking up, like the brands, the Nickelodeons, and the
and Netflix,
but then it's almost like
Hulu
I don't want to pat you on your back for something that you should be doing because you
should have done it.
Like I shouldn't have. I'm not patting you on your back for that. Like Nickelodeon did the I Can't Breathe thing or whatever. And you got the mom, she's like, oh, this is scaring my child. You're having the wrong conversation with your child.
Yeah, you are.
You need to be explaining to your child what the fuck is going on and why it's going on.
The thing is, it's like you're trying to live in a world that doesn't have problems, that it's like that does not exist. And it's like, it does. Because your action does them.
Like the fact that you live in any type, the fact that you think that you are under the impression that you live in some type of utopia. That's why, like, even like when you go to like gated communities and like little neighborhoods and stuff like that, you have people in there with their cute little piece and their nicely manicured grass and all this stuff. And it's just like, girl, y'all aren't even like.
Y'all live in that fancy.
You living in some fanciful world.
Yeah.
And it's cute. It looks nice.
But is it? Come to reality.
Come on, like, stop. And then the thing is, that's what irks me the most about all of this kind of stuff is like people are always trying to. People use their fucking children as shields. Because they'll be like, oh well, my kid isn't ready for that kind of discussion. They're not ready to do. No. You
have to teach them from
you are actually age. In control of this as of right now, sweetie. You can be educating your child. Like you could. It's better for you to have this discussion now while they're young before they pick up all of your fucked up shit that you got.
And then later on, you want to force them to be changed.
Like, that's not going to work then. Yeah. They already set in their ways. And that's the issue is like right now, people feel the way they feel. You know what I mean? Like, you were raised how you were raised. And in many ways, I understand that. Cool, whatever. You might have been raised in a racist ass household. You benefit from racism. You perpetuate that shit and you push it out into the world. Okay, But at some point, you should know as a fucking human being that, bitch, that shit is not okay.
Yeah.
Miss All Lives Matter. Don't bring all that other bullshit to your conversation. Don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear that.
Don't
nobody want to hear you crying your little white tears. People do not feel safe. You don't feel safe because you see the change is coming. We don't feel safe because we were born in this shit and we've been having to deal with it this whole time. Our parents, our grandparents, and we don't want our fucking children to have to go through this. We don't want our fucking grandchildren to have to go through this. And some of us may not even be allowed to see the change, but some of us will be. And we are going to be the ones responsible for how our future is shaped, especially when we start with our children.
Yeah.
And if we show them now that you have to stand up for what you believe in, for what's right.
So remember, if you're going to correct me
correctly.
Don't forget about history.
Like, learn from your history. And that's the thing too, like I want none of us are oblivious to how things.
Yeah, don't be oblivious.
You like none of us. No, you should not be oblivious to racism. You should not be oblivious to the fact that people are treated differently just because of how they look.
Exactly.
And then there are other excuses that kind of build themselves up around the way they look. Oh, they're loud. Oh, they don't know how to carry themselves. Oh, they don't know they rely on welfare. I don't believe that you believe that.
Exactly.
I just think you're just full of shit. And you're saying whatever you can to not be accountable and to not hold your parents accountable and to not hold your friends accountable.
Because apparently you guys are not like that.
Like, come on.
But your actions do speak louder than words.
Come on. Like, hop up off that bullshit. And let's really get to the real, and let's have the conversations that are really going to help us change. And then, we say vote and your councilman and your governor and your mayor and that system is that's a whole separate system. Like that shit right there is, because the thing is there are already people who are in that. Yeah. So it's like now you have to go and figure out like weeding those people out, and that's if you were able to even actually see through who they are to understand what they care about.
Correct.
And if that isn't already being masked up with all this other bullshit that they
claim
is
but we need to do our part.
And you need to do your part. It's just fuck, sometimes I wish can we just get all of these bitches out of office? Like let's just like
clean house.
We like clean fucking house. Get these bitches the fuck up out of here. Get that man the fuck up out of the house. Get these bitches the fuck up out of these seats that they've been sitting in for this long. I don't give a fuck whatever you done voted for. Get your ass. You gotta go. All of y'all gotta go. You gonna have to prove yourself again. Get out. Get the fuck up out of office. Any of you, get the fuck up out of office for like a year. And during that year, we need to be doing some due diligence and making sure that whoever the fuck we about to put back in that chair, whether it's the same person or a whole new person, that bitch needs to be worthy to sit in that seat and make these decisions.
You have to put the work. You really do. You need to hold your tongue. Even if you feel like you need to speak, just shut up.
And listen.
Because if you're not black, then shut up.
Yeah.
If you're not minority, then just shut up.
Like, you can't tell me about the black experience. You can't tell me about what I feel. You can't tell me that. Unfortunately, I know plenty about white culture. That shit don't even fucking sound right. Because American culture is white culture. We were raised in it. We are expected to assimilate to it. We are expected to be a part of it.
And not only that, but don't tell people, oh, you need to do it in a peaceful way. Well, they have tried.
Right.
And it still goes the same shit. And then, oh, but, even if people are going to talk shit and you still need... You know what? Don't condemn me. Don't condemn me for how I'm taking my voice.
Like, please.
Okay?
Spare me.
Because if you have not gone through that situation, if you have not known any racial towards you, oppression towards you, then shut up.
And the thing is, it's like, if you know that's not who you are, show. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many white people who try to like pander to you and who try to like, I don't like when people get around me and they be like, oh, white people, right? It's like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Stop trying to knock your people down to me before I get a chance to. Because, bitch, I wouldn't dare go around a white person and not black people. Bitch, exactly. The fuck? The fuck? Because I don't have to do that to fit in with you. And you don't have to do that to fit in with me. You don't have to talk about white people like, oh, white people, right? Shut the fuck up. You're corny. You sound corny as fuck.
You sound stupid.
You sound stupid. You sound corny as fuck. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm not impressed. I'm not enthused. I don't need to hear that.
So just shut up.
I don't need it. Spare me.
Because you do that and I'm not going to like it.
Now I'm looking at you like, girl, what really? The fuck? Like, bitch, you need to be doing your part amongst your people. Stop trying to impress me and get them. You want to impress me? Work on your people. That's how you impress me. Like, I don't want to hear that fucking bullshit. That shit makes my fucking skin crawl. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
And one thing that I want to say is, if all lives matter, if they really do matter, why the fuck we have children in cages? Why?
Tell me about it.
Just why?
Just why? Why'd you want your little wall so bad?
Yeah.
Why? Why somebody getting a job got to be a job being taken away from you?
Why?
Why is providing somebody else an opportunity a kick down for you?
Why? Because you still have it all, don't you? And do not come with that bullshit of like, oh, but I have it hard as well. No.
I have it hard as well. It's hard being a woman in today, or it's hard being a gay man, even if I'm white. And girl,
no, bitch.
Let me tell you something.
Just because you're white, you have it a lot easier than us.
You continually like trying to like express your plight to me. I feel nothing. I shed not one tear for you. Not one. Spare me, please. Because you're still white. And when it benefits you, you will bing, cut that shit right the fuck on.
Exactly.
I've had it where people will be like, you know, they seem well-meaning and they're like, well, where do I start? What do I do? Like, why do I have to do this for you? Why do I have to do the work for you?
Like, I
you know what the fuck this is. You know the world you live in. You know the country you live in. You know how people treat Black people. You benefited from it. You snidely express it unintentionally or intentionally. You cut your white light on when you can, when it works for you. But I have to explain to you and do your job as to how you can dismantle this system.
Exactly.
Why do we as Black people have to be the ones always having to voice our fucking grievances in order for y'all to understand that what y'all did is wrong? What your ancestors did is wrong. That's a part of the frustration. It's like, why the fuck do we have to keep doing this? Why do we have to keep fucking reminding y'all? But I guess, hey, what's the incentive for you? What do you gain
out of it?
From not treating us like shit? What do you gain? If you are not racist and you are white,
then show it with your actions.
Show it.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Just
like,
show it.
Show it.
Just show
Be
it.
real.
Be honest with yourself.
You ain't gotta try so hard. Be real.
Yeah.
Be who you are. It'll show.
And
don't think we can't tell the difference. Don't think we can't tell the difference between that bullshit y'all be doing and the real shit.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck? Okay, girl.
We
gotta get off of here, bitch, because I'm gonna start weighing in like people real hard, bitch.
But my name is Eddie.
And I'm Omari.
And we are the two voices of the week.
Start natives.
Our culture unfiltered.
Discussing the ways of this world and the next.
And do not forget to do your daily, sanely duties. Subscribe, follow, comment, like, and share. And at the same time, do not forget to go to Apple Podcasts, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Spotify to listen to our other episodes.
Yep.
And at the same time, we have this episode right here that is coming out on Monday.
Right.
And it goes deeper with this situation that we are having.
And if you're an ally, be an ally. To all my Black people, to everybody who's out there doing stuff on the front lines, who's demanding this change. I love y'all.
Yeah.
Do that shit. Do it. Burn this shit down. Burn it. Burn it.
Just make sure which ones that you're gonna burn, okay?
Yeah, now don't go fucking up the Black businesses, y'all.
Exactly.
You need to pay attention to what you're doing now.
Exactly.
And also, wait, I will say, don't go fucking up the Black businesses that are actually Black businesses. If you know, you know.
And then those businesses that are actually part of the community, that are actually trying to make a change, then don't hurt them either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, know your allies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, know your allies.
And respect them.
Because I know we get angry, you want to fuck shit up, but
we have to be careful.
In some ways, you do have to still remember, know who's actually for you. And it's easy to tell.
And show them that we are better than them.
Like,
okay, that we are smarter. Okay, so,
well, yes.
like we said before, I am Eddie.
And I'm Omari.
And we are the two voices of the week.
Stark Natives, our culture, unfiltered, discussing the ways of this world and the next. And there is no more normal.
Mm-hmm.